Hello, hello. Julie Barkus here, and I'm excited as always to be here with you today. And I have an incredible topic I want to talk to you about and do a little training around, and it's staff attraction strategies. Get that? I'm going to share you my whole cheat sheet. But not only am I going to train you on this, but I do have a cheat sheet that I'm going to make available to you as we progress. I'll let you know how you can get that. And I want to really shed some light on some things that you can be doing right now to be attracting staff faster than ever. And on the cheat sheet, that's going to be a, a thing to say there, right there. I've got 5 different things that you could be implementing to help you attract staff fast. I'm going to talk to you about each one of those. Please know I'm broadcasting live through StreamYard. So if you want to interact with me or you have questions you'd love to get answered, feel free to just click on that link and give StreamYard permission. I probably still won't see your name, but at least I'll see your comments come through and I'll be able to address those. So we're broadcasting using StreamYard to my YouTube channel, Leading Workplace Happiness, to our new Facebook group, Leading Workplace Happiness, and also to LinkedIn. So if you want to connect with me at any time, come on over to my YouTube channel, subscribe, or feel free to come on over to our Facebook group, Leading Workplace Happiness. We'd love to have you. Now, I've been transforming workplaces for over 20 years. And the issues that I've consistently dealt with are how do we attract staff? How do we motivate staff? How do we retain great staff? How do we engage the staff that we have? So today I really want to focus on the staff attraction piece of it because there's very specific things that you can do to bump up your results when it comes to attracting the team of your dreams. So if you're here tuning in, feel free to say hello. And I've got some clients who are coming to mind who I've been working with for the past, some of them several years. But over the past several months, we've been talking a lot about staff attraction. And we've got one client who is able to shift their results with their help wanted ads from hearing crickets to putting their ad out there, a new ad, and getting 50 applicants in just a matter of a couple of days, utilizing the strategies that I'm going to be sharing with you. We also have clients, and I had a second conversation with one today who says, I had an interview and she told me, the candidate, that she knew she had to work for me. She knew that she had to apply for this position. So that's what we really want to transform your results into, where you put a help wanted ad and you get a slew of candidates in, or you get people who are saying, I knew this job was the job that I had to take. So this is the strategies that I'm going to be sharing with you. We're probably going to take about 25 minutes today just to talk through these. And if you want a copy of this cheat sheet, and you would love to have an instant replay of the video, go ahead and in the comments of wherever you're viewing from, put in their cheat sheet and we'll make sure that we keep you posted as to where you can get that. Right now, with all of these trainings and videos that I've been doing, we are creating a resource library to where you'll be able to get your hands on these tools. So if one of the things you want is my staff attraction cheat sheet, make sure you put in the comments of whatever platform you're tuning in on, cheat sheet, and we'll make sure that you are kept in the loop of where you can grab that from. And that's going to be very soon. The other thing that I'm developing that I'm really crazy excited about is a staff attraction. Well, actually, it's a Are You Hiring Right? Or Are You Ready to Hire quiz. And this quiz, if you're thinking about somebody in your mind who you want to hire, this quiz is going to help you determine on a percentage basis how ready are you to hire this person. And there's about 37 or so different questions that I'm going to take you through to help you really determine if you're prepared to hire this person. So that's going to be available for you as well. So if you want that quiz and you love numbers and love seeing how you can improve and make a score better, make sure you put quiz in the comments and we'll keep you in the loop for that. And that's coming out probably within the next couple of days. That's our Are You Ready to Hire quiz. All right, so I want to start the process and get this training kicked off. We're talking about some staff attraction strategies. And the first one that I want to share with you is really important. And I talk about this one in our Are You Ready to Hire quiz as well. And this is clarity. How clear are you on who it is that you want to attract. So I would make a decision right now or today or right after this video on who it is that you want to bring into your team. Who is it that will enhance your team? Who is it that will help you bring your vision to life? Right now, I know many leaders are struggling with this and they're thinking, you know what? It's a tough market. So if I put a help wanted ad out there and I get a few candidates to respond, I'm lucky enough right there in itself. So I'm going to make a hiring decision based upon who I get and who comes to me and who seeks me out. But what you really want to do is put a message out there to the universe saying, here's who I want to attract. And I really believe that if you don't ask for what it is that you truly want in many areas, in most areas of your life, especially in this area, you're not putting it out there, you're never going to attract that person. So, what I want you to do today is if you don't have clarity around a job description for the person that you're looking to attract, at least make out a list of all the dreamy characteristics and qualities that you want your new dream team member to possess. And then I encourage you to take that list, post it up where you can see it and look at it several times a day so that you can really bring this person to life for you. And I believe that we're always attracting, but are we attracting what we truly want to bring to life? Are we attracting what we want to benefit us? And this is where we have to really implement clarity. You've got to get clear on who it is that you want to attract. So if you're just saying, all right, universe, whoever you bring to me, it's a person, they're a live body, woohoo, I'm going to celebrate that. I'm going to hire them, and then we're going to roll with it. You're not really up leveling your standards enough to where you're going to be pulling in a dream team member. And even though the economy right now feels like there's slim pickings, now is the time where you want to up level your expectations in terms of who you can attract. Make out that list and just have a little bit of fun with seeing, how many people can I attract with these different characteristics and qualities? And I will challenge my clients all the time where I'll have one of my childcare owner clients who says, Julie, we've just got our perfect director in. They have this, they have this, they have this, they have this. Then we make out the list to really help them gain clarity around who they would want to attract if there were no limitations, no restrictions out there, right? You could have whoever you wanted to work for you. And we listed out all of those characteristics and qualities. I will ask my client, how does this person compare to this list? And they'll be like, well, they've got about 50% of what I'm looking for. And I really challenge them to go to about 80% with what they're looking for to really consider that person as one of their top notch candidates. So make your list of the characteristics and qualities. Be clear on what your vision is and who you need to support that. Then say, here's who I want to attract. Look at that several times a day. And then I'm going to take you through the rest of the strategies here that will help you pull that together. But this, I believe, is the first and most important step, is to really gain clarity around who it is that you want to attract. And if you're here tuning in live with me or listening to the replay and you know you need to get clear, please leave me a comment with the word clarity. And then I know that's going to be something that you are going to be working on. And here's the thing, when you study attraction and the way that the world works, I'm going to get a little woo-woo on you here, but if you study attraction, you have to realize that we are always in a state of attraction. We're attracting things to us all the time. But is it the things, is it the people who you want to attract? And if you say, well, some of the time it is, some of the time it isn't. And if that's what you base your belief on, that sometimes the law of attraction is working and sometimes it's not, then that's where we really have to improve upon the clarity that we're putting out there with who it is that we want to attract. So start with a job description, or better yet, make a list. And I'll tell my clients, create a little stick person and put all your characteristics and qualities of your ideal dream team member around that stick figure and focus on that, because what we focus on is what expands. So if we focus on what we don't want, which is often what happens in the workplace, we're going to be attracting more of that. But if you start switching your focus and really transforming that to a dreamy place of here's what I do want, here's what I do want, here's what I do want, and you actually start manifesting that feeling inside of yourself, then you're going to be more likely to attract that person. And maybe you've had the experience where you are out walking around and you started thinking about somebody you went to high school with. And you started thinking about that person and really putting yourself back in those days. What happens next? Maybe you run into that person. Maybe you run into their mom. Maybe you run into their dad. Maybe you run into a good friend who also knows that person. But the universe starts rearranging itself and you start attracting that person into your life. You're getting closer because, ooh, there's mom, there's a good friend, there's somebody else who is thinking about that person. So you get closer and closer and closer to that state of attraction when you shift your thoughts in alignment with what you want and when you shift your feelings. And I had the experience that I often share with my audiences where I was out shopping for a new car. And it was back in 2012, and I didn't know what kind of car I wanted. And I walked into a Chevy dealer, and the salesman was really, really excited about the new Chevy Malibus coming out in 2013. And he was telling me all these different things about the Malibus. And I'm like, oh, this is kind of a cool car. I haven't seen many of these out there. And then he says, why don't you take this for a little drive? Take it home for a couple of days. And I took it home. I think it was over Christmas. And by then you're moved into the car, right? The salesman pretty much knows what's going to happen. But I thought, this is a new thought, getting a Chevy Malibu. This is interesting. I think I'm going to go for it. So I went back to the dealership. I signed on the dotted line. I got this fully loaded 2013 Chevy Malibu. And I thought to myself, this is such an original car. Nobody else has one like this. But I sign on the dotted line. I'm locked into that loan. I've got the keys in my hand. The car is now mine. What do you think happens? This is attraction working for you. Is that now all of a sudden I start seeing Chevy Malibus everywhere. I started focusing on this car because now it's mine. I'm in it. I'm driving it daily. I'm taking it to the airport and there's a Chevy Malibu in front of me. I get into the airport parking lot and I'm parking in between two Chevy Malibus. And it was crazy on how often I saw Chevy Malibus. And now it's really interesting that I'm thinking about this because I just upgraded my car to, I just got a Subaru. And I'm not seeing a lot of Chevy Malibus on the road right now. This is really interesting. But what I am seeing is a lot of Subarus, Foresters, the model that I have. So what you focus on is going to expand. And maybe you've had the exact same experience. But it's interesting that I was driving the Chevy Malibu and it was all over the place. Now I'm in a Subaru and now I see them like everywhere, like crazy. So think about getting really clear on what you want. And the way that attraction works is if you could stay in that focus of what you want, you're going to start pulling that into you. But a lot of us, especially in the workplace, when we're seeing lack with our eyes or we're seeing staff members who aren't doing exactly what we want them to do, that's what we start attracting. And in 2012, I became widowed, single girl. A couple years later, I started dating again. And it was an interesting dating world, but I remember dating this one guy and he had a Kia Soul, another car story. And I was like, I just don't like. And if you have a Kia Soul, I'm sorry. They're boxy. It wasn't my kind of car. I didn't think it was very sexy. So I was like, oh, he's got a Kia Soul. I don't like those cars. It's too boxy. It's not sleek and sexy. And what happens? The next thing I know, I start seeing Kia Souls everywhere. So whether you're focusing on what you want or whether you're focusing on what you don't want, you're going to start attracting that to yourself. So this first staff attraction strategy that I'm sharing with you about gaining clarity is critically important to your ability to attract the right people to you. So you want to gain clarity, pin it up, and put it all over the place. And again, we're broadcasting here on three different channels. We're in my Facebook group, Leading Workplace Happiness. I would love to have you come and join us. I'm also on LinkedIn currently. And then we've got our new YouTube channel. Please, please, please subscribe. And we're going to let you know how you can access some free cheat sheets like this one right here in my hand. We're going to be making available to you, as well as our new Are You Ready to Hire quiz that you could take that's going to educate you, I guess is the right word, on like 37 different things that you should be looking for when you're making that hiring decision. So we're really creating some valuable resources that I think are going to help save you a lot of time and money as you go to attract and hire and retain the absolute best staff to help you bring your vision to life. So that's clarity. If you liked it, give me a clarity in the comments. And then I'm going to move on to my next strategy and see how many of these I could get through in the next 10 minutes here or so. So the next strategy that I'm going to share with you off of my cheat sheet here that I'm going to make available to you, staff appreciation or staff attraction strategies, is get clear on what it is that you really offer. So get clear on what it is that you really offer. Because part of the job interview process, when you're interviewing a candidate, you are selling that person on your job. You're selling them on something. And if you're not clear on what it is that you really offer, then that person is not likely to really want to work for you. And the big secret here that I want to reveal to you right as we're talking about this strategy is, what is it that you offer? Are you offering a job? Are you offering something bigger? Because most job candidates are looking for something more than a job. And this might happen on a very subconscious level and they don't even know it, but they're really looking for the opportunity to make an impact. They're looking for the opportunity to not only make an impact, but they're also looking for the opportunity to have their life be better, for them to be able to grow and develop more. And if we sell people on that during the job interview, regardless of however many more interviews they've got scheduled during that day, they're going to be thinking about you, thinking about your opportunity and saying, you know what? Something about you. I know I need to work for you. People are going to want to work for you if they feel like their life is going to be enhanced. So during the job interview process, you want to be sharing your vision. You want to be sharing your story. You want to let this job candidate know how this position is going to help impact the vision coming to life and how it's an incredibly important position. That's what you want to be selling people on. A lot of times we're selling people on a position of what we hope it's going to be, maybe once our workplace detoxifies itself or whatever changes we need to make, but we're not selling it for what it is. And you could easily combine your vision with the reality of your workplace to say, here's what we're looking for in this person, because we're going to have to maneuver through some difficult situations, including this, this, and this, and this. So we are looking for people who get a kick out of overcoming obstacles and achieving new challenges, whatever it might be. But you state it in such a way that you're going to pull those right people into you. And I guarantee you and promise you this, that there are industries that are incredibly challenging to work in. And they find people who are gung ho about working in that industry. And if you're one of my childcare leaders who's tuning into this, there are challenges in the industry, right? And there might be challenges that your program is currently going through right now. But you want to give people the vision so that they can rise beyond that with you as they accept this job to work for you. And people are going to actually be inspired by you sharing some of the challenges, because then they could put some of their skills that they have in their tool belt to work in a good, constructive way. And if you have any questions regarding what I'm sharing, of course, feel free to send a comment through and or question, and I'll be more than happy to entertain those. So this is what you really offer. So if you need to work on your offer, please write offer in the comments, because you need to know, what is it that I offer? What is my vision? What is my story? And how is this position that I'm hiring for going to help me bring this to life? That is the main focus of what you offer. And then we have to talk the realities of the position so we know we are hiring somebody who is well skilled, especially when it comes to mindset and attitude and communication, especially those three things, to be able to successfully navigate throughout their day. Because if we sell people on something that doesn't exist, or you're an interviewer and you're crazy excited about the position, and then they go to the next leader in line and that's who they're going to be working for, and that person is much different than you are, they're going to get disheartened pretty quick. And we've had staff members who have left, walk out in a matter of hours because they were sold something during the interview process that did not exist. They were sold on you thinking they'd work for another one of you. And then they go to one of your key leaders to work. And it's like, well, wait a second. Or they go to coworkers who are in your organization who don't possess the same level of enthusiasm, don't have the same vision, aren't necessarily on board or engaged with that. And they're like, wait a second. So they get overwhelmed and they lose trust. And if you were to ask me, Julie, in your 20 plus years experience in transforming teams, what is the number one cause of turnover? I'm going to boil it down for you in one word. Are you ready for this? That word, I already said it, but I'm going to say it again because it's that important. That word is overwhelm. If people get overwhelmed, and overwhelm is caused from a number of things, one being trust, they're gonna check out. They're going to be like, see you. And that's why when we have people come into our organizations, we interview them. They're like, woo, they're excited. They're enthusiastic. But then we blend them in with our existing team. It's like, oh, day one, week one, month one. And I use this analogy a lot, the downward spiral, where instead we want to be increasing enthusiasm levels, increasing trust, and not have those feelings of overwhelm come in and crush that new employee to where they check out. So we really want those enthusiasm levels to heighten every time. But a lot of times leaders will be like, well, Julie, I interviewed them. They were wonderful, but now there's somebody else in the workplace. And is it that there's somebody else, or did we not draw a clear enough picture for them of this position, the duties, the responsibilities? Did we not tell them they would have to take out the trash? Whatever it might be, we've really got to sell the vision and then also get people who are on board and excited with all of the tasks and duties and challenges that are part of bringing that vision to life. Good stuff. All right, who wants a little more? So if this is where you need some help with on your offer, go ahead and put offer in the comments. And then I'll know that you related to that. And if there are any questions, again, shoot your questions through. And if I don't answer them during this live, I will come back and work them into the next one. But we are broadcasting live. If you're not yet part of my Leading Workplace Happiness group, come join us on Facebook for that brand new group. And also come and subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's brand new, Leading Workplace Happiness with Julie Bartkus. And you're going to be privy to getting cheat sheets like this one, as well as our new Are You Ready to Hire quiz that we're developing. That's going to take you through like 37 amazing questions. That's going to tune you in to where specifically you need to make some improvements happen. Okay, let me get through. Maybe I'll do one more. Okay. Oh, this one's big. The next one on my cheat sheet here. You have to believe in your ability to attract. And it's like Henry Ford said so many years ago, whether you believe you can or you believe you can't, you'll prove yourself right every single time. So it's crazy important to believe in your own ability to attract. But a lot of times I'll hear from people, yes, 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 of course I can attract. Yes, yes. But then the next words out of their mouth is they're meeting with another business owner and they're talking about the staff shortage. They're talking about how right now it's really hard to attract people, about how they have to just take whoever they can get because there's nobody who wants to work right now. So pay very close attention to the words and the dialogue coming from your mouth to others' ears. And even if you're sitting there by yourself in your car driving and you're having internal conversations going on with yourself, what are you saying? Are you saying, they are here? I believe it. They show up, they're driving by my workplace now, wondering if I'm hiring. Amazing people are thinking about working for me right now. So, where are your thoughts? Where are your beliefs? And do you believe that it's really possible? Because if you don't, you are not going to be able to attract staff fast. But if you do believe in your ability to transform your life with the thoughts that you think, you're going to be miles ahead of everybody else when it comes to attracting the right staff. You're going to be the one who has staff members who just appear, or they're across the street and they walk across the street to your business and go, I was just hoping that you're hiring and I don't know, but I'm just wondering if you have something that I can do. Something is going to pull them in your direction because that's the way that it works. Just like I started sharing my story about when we started this video, sharing my story about my Chevy Malibu or the Kia Soul, and how when you focus on those things, that's what you start attracting to yourself. And I encourage you, if you don't believe it's possible with people, try it with different things. Try attracting something. Try saying, today I find money. I find money today. There's abundance all around me. I find money. And start looking around, and I guarantee you there's going to be pennies at your feet. There's going to be, dollars. I've had dollar bills. I could tell you stories. I had one time, it was a windy day, and I had just these dollar bills. I was doing a video training, and I believe in abundance. I teach abundance, whether it's financially or people. And I was just sitting there, and I remember seeing dollar bills flying by in the air. And I went outside, I wrapped up and I went outside. I was like, what the heck? And I went out there, and I think there was like three $20 bills that just kind of floated by through my yard and were stuck in the bushes. And then there was another time I was swimming uh, in a lake, Lake Geneva, which is a beautiful lake around here in the Chicagoland area. And I remember feeling something at the bottom of my feet. And I looked down, and there was money. And I know we're not talking about money, we're talking about staff attraction. But when you put yourself in the right frame of mind, you are going to attract things to you faster than ever before. So if you go and talk with a colleague about staffing situations and you say, I don't know where they're going to come from, but I'm going to start attracting staff faster than ever. I don't know how I'm going to get the people, but I know that they're just going to start showing up out of nowhere. And we've went through this process with staff attraction strategies and how to attract staff fast in workshops, and people will go and have conversations with people, and they come back and say, Julie, I just found 5 people who want to apply for a position. And that's what can happen for you when you implement these strategies. So these were the 3 that I shared with you today on this live. Is number 1, decide on who you want to attract. Really get clear on what it is that you want to bring into your organization, on who it is. Don't worry so much about the how, but do worry about clearly defining it and making sure that your expectations are high enough so that you are attracting the very best. The next thing is get clear on what you really offer. What's your vision? Why should people want to work for you? And then, along with that, talk about the realities of the position and make sure you're asking interview questions to help you rule people in or rule people out. And that's a whole other live that we'll do. And the third thing that I shared with you on this cheat sheet, and if you want a copy of this, make sure you put cheat sheet in the comments and we'll make sure that we get that to you. But believe in your ability to attract. Have confidence in yourself and use this as a self-awareness activity to say, where does my confidence really falter when it comes to attracting staff? And if you believe you can't, if you believe it's a tough market, you're going to prove yourself right. And whenever I talk about this, I'm always reminded of Napoleon Hill's book, Think and Grow Rich, where he was fascinated by businesses that were collapsing during the times of the Depression. And he interviewed all these different business owners, and he interviewed business owners of companies that were up and coming, and they were $1 million companies in the time of the Depression. So here on one hand, you had all these businesses that were collapsing because times were really tough. And here you had these businesses that were succeeding and thriving and making more profitability than ever during tough times. And in the book, he revealed that it's people who are really clear on what they desire, right? They've got clarity. And then they use their active imagination to really attract the situation and circumstances to themselves that will best serve them. Those are the people who were thriving while others were collapsing. And you can make a decision right now after watching this video. Are you going to be one of the people, one of the leaders who attracts the very best? I hope you will be. Or are you going to be one of the leaders who gives in to the common dialogue right now of difficulties and challenges with staff? Which thoughts are you going to bring to life? Which thoughts are you going to pay homage to? And which thoughts are you going to see transform into the reality that you are creating? I hope you'll choose to implement these strategies and watch your staff attraction abilities go through the roof. Feel free to reach out if I could be of further service to you. It's been a pleasure being here with you today, and I will see you during our next live. Remember these 3 strategies, and on this cheat sheet, there are actually 5 that you can grab from me. So please leave me a comment, leave me a question, and I'm happy to help you attract staff fast. I'm Julie Barkus. I'll see you next time. Bye, everyone.